Most people chase online money like it's a lottery ticket. Amazon FBA, crypto, trading, whatever's trending that week. I did the complete opposite. I learned one boring skill that works in every single economy. And that one skill took me from £900 a month stacking shares to making £13,000 a month working remotely. And this is the exact engine that I use and that I teach the lads that I work with. So if you've never seen my ugly mug before, my name is Ben Payne, I'm 22 years old and I'm from Bristol in the UK. And I've been in the high ticket sales space for just under 3 years. And I've gone from working part-time in hospitality, making less than £1,000 a month, to consistently making over £10,000 a month fully remotely. I even hit a record month of just under $25,000 in February 2026. And now I spend my time helping lads learn the same skill that I learned myself. And this is without the gimmicks, without the silly sales strategies, and without the nonsense that most sales coaches teach nowadays. So, quick level set before we get in. What actually is high ticket sales? Simply put, a business sells a product or service that people want. Your job is to speak with people on Zoom who are already interested in buying this product or service. And if it's a fit, you help them come to a decision to buy. It's as simple as that. And when they buy, you get a slice. And normally it's 10% of what the total sale is. So if a product is £5,000 and you close the deal, then you'll get 10% commission. So you'll get £500 in your back pocket. And obviously if you stack enough of those in a month, they add up very, very quickly. And just before I get into the engine itself, and just so you know that this isn't just theory, Yusuf left corporate finance working at Pepsi in London, and within 6 months of working together, he made $10,000 in a single month, and now he's living and working with me in Buenos Aires. George did $6,200 in a single month while studying biochemistry at uni. And even James made $4,600 while studying for his A-levels at the age of 18. And myself, I made £200 commission from my first 45-minute Zoom call back in 2023. That then led to 5K weeks, and then eventually those 15 and 20K months. It's the exact same engine, different people, different starting points from different backgrounds, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video today. So here's why most people fail trying to make money online. They jump from model to model, TikTok shop 1 week, trading the next, Amazon FBA the week after, and they never actually build a skill. So without a skill, nothing compounds and absolutely nothing will stick. Or the alternative is they do actually try and get into sales, but they spend weeks memorizing scripts and word tracks and never get anywhere. You don't need hundreds of tactics, you just need one engine. A simple repeatable process that you can take into any legitimate business, in any market, from absolutely anywhere in the world. No inventory, no ads, no team, just one skill. And I call it the no BS sales engine, and it's incredibly simple. It breaks down into 2 parts with a bit of extra fuel on top. So part 1 is the vehicle, picking the right business to sell for. And I call this the offer vet. Offer basically just means the product or service that a business sells. But if you pick the wrong one, it doesn't matter how good you are at sales, you will fail. And part 2 is the skill, learning how to actually close deals on Zoom. I have 5 human principles, no scripts, no word tracks, just simple principles that work on any call with any person. And finally, your fuel. And this is your habits and the people that you surround yourself with. And look, I'm not going to dress this up. This skill takes consistency and a lot of discipline. The guys who win in this industry are the guys who show up when there's no instant payoff. Now look, this is for normal guys who want to learn an in-demand skill that will not only allow them to make a considerable amount of money in their 20s, but also travel the world and live their life on their terms without being tied down to an office desk in a 9 to 5. This is not for Dubai Lambo kids. I cannot stress this enough. If your goal is to drive a rented Lambo on the Palm in Dubai like a little gay virgin, then politely click off this video because this is not for you. Right, part 1, the vehicle. The most underrated lever in all of sales. Even world-class closers will struggle without the right opportunity to sell on. So, before you sell for anyone, you need to score them on these 6 things. Number 1, clear product. Can you explain what they sell in 1 sentence? If you can't, then how do you expect the prospect to understand what you're selling them? Number 2, real results. Do they have genuine happy customers? Check the Trustpilot, the reviews, the video testimonials on YouTube. And make sure this isn't just 5-star reviews from mates. Make sure this product is actually top quality. Number 3, warm leads. For those who don't know, leads just means people who have shown interest. Are people already asking to learn about this offer and what you're selling? Or are you cold calling strangers, spending hours on the phone dialing? Because that's not what you want to do. 4, enough volume. Can you get between 2 to 6 calls every single day? If you can't, then you're not even going to be able to pay rent, let alone fly around the world living the life that you actually want. Number 5, fair commission paid on time. Do they actually pay salespeople on time for the work that they're putting in? Check forums, ask other closers in the business. Make sure you do your due diligence. Number 6, does the business make real money? This one matters the most, and I see way too many salespeople neglect it. It's simple maths. If a business makes 20k per month, the maximum you're going to make as a closer is 2k. So if you want to make 5k per month, then the business you're selling for has to be doing a minimum of 50k a month. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make that amount of money. So make sure that the business you're selling for aligns with your goals before you actually commit to working with them. So if we can compare 2 offers for a second. One is giving me 3 to 4 warm inbound calls every single day on my calendar. And one is making me do cold calls every single day, ringing up leads who aren't even interested in what I'm selling. I think you can probably guess which offer is actually going to make me the amount of money I want to make. So again, even the best closers will struggle and will starve on shit offers. So the moral of the story here is don't walk into a desert and blame the sun when it gets too hot. Now, part 2, this is the skill, and here's 5 things you need to learn. Now, a lot of people overcomplicate it, so I've tried to break it down into the 5 most simple things that will be the biggest needle movers for you. Number 1 is deep dive on the discovery. You can't be having surface level conversations. Your job is to get them to open up about what's really going on in their life or in their business. The real problems, the real consequences, and why they haven't fixed these problems already. Number 2 is control. You're on a Zoom call face to face with these people. You need to learn how to control the call. You need to have authority over this call and you need to run it. If you let the prospect walk all over you, you are never going to close deals. Number 3 is challenge. And this is the one that separates the good closers from the great closers. When someone says something that doesn't align with the person that they say that they want to be, you need to be able to call it out. Respectfully, you need to tell them that they've been doing X for the past 6 months, but they want to be doing Y. So you need to call that out and make them realize they need to change the way that they're thinking. Number 4 is articulate a real in-time pitch. When you pitch a product or service to someone, you can't just be reading off a brochure or a PowerPoint. You need to tie it back to everything that you have found out in the discovery part of the call. The more tailored you can make the pitch, the more likely you are to close the deal. So do not just read something off a random PowerPoint, implement what you've learned in the discovery and bring it into the pitch, and you will close more deals. And number 5 is objection handling. And this is where most beginners completely fall apart. The key here is you need to stay calm. At the end of a sales call, a prospect is about to pay you a lot of money. Most of the time they're pretty nervous. The more confident and the more comfortable that you can make them feel, the more likely you are to close the deal. Don't use some silly word track that you may have seen on a YouTube video, or try and use the perfect reframe to close the deal. It's all about confidence. The more confidence that you have, you're going to feed it to the prospect and they are then way more likely to close. So those are my 5 frameworks that I need you to follow. That's all you need to drill. Not scripts for every possible scenario. 5 principles, practice daily, and I promise you they will take you way further than any word track ever could. Now, I said at the start of this video that your fuel is your habits that you implement and the people that you surround yourself with. When you train your body every single day and you surround yourself with people who push you to be better, you will improve drastically. And when your standards go up, you then do the boring stuff. The prep, the reps, the follow-ups that you don't want to do, and you'll be able to do it without needing to feel motivated. And that is exactly where the consistency comes from. Because look, I don't respect rich guys who are completely out of shape. Your body is your first domino. When it slips, everything will follow after, trust me. So make sure you're still training 4 or 5 mornings every single week, because that will directly correlate with how you're doing on these sales calls and how your close rate and performance will increase. Okay, so here's how the numbers actually break down. And I want you to write this down. Let's say you take 3 sales calls a day across 22 working days in a month. So we're getting rid of weekends here. That's 66 calls a month. Let's say 75% of those show up. That's about 50 actual calls you're taking. You close 1 in 4. That's 12 to 13 sales. The product you're selling costs £5,000, and remember, you're making 10% commission, so £500 a sale. That's £6,000 to £6,500 a month you're making, all from your laptop. Now nudge any one of those inputs, one more call a day, a better offer, a higher price point, tighter follow-ups, improved show rate, and you're looking at easily making £9,000 to £10,000 a month. Now get all 5 of those moving, and you're easily pushing into 5 figures plus per month. And look, that's not magic, that's just inputs. Okay, so look, I want to be clear. This isn't some secret. I'm not showing you some underground method that gurus are hiding from you. This is the boring engine that works anywhere where there are real businesses selling products or services that people actually want. I use this exact framework to make my first £200 in commission, then my first £5,000 in a week, and then all the way up to my $25,000 month last month. And as mentioned, my students use it from all different starting points. Yusuf left Pepsi and hit 10K in a month within 6 months of working with me. Jed quit his recruitment job and made over $5,000 in a single month within 7 months. Rory made just under $8,000 in a single month after dropping out of uni. And James made $4,600 in a single month at 18 while still studying for his A-levels. Same engine, no guarantees, just pure inputs. You show up and bring the reps and the engine will be the structure for you. Now look, everything I've laid out here works. It's a proven process. It's been tested across different people from different backgrounds with different levels of experiences starting out. And it does exactly what it's supposed to do as long as you apply it properly. So just a quick recap. 2 simple parts and 1 bit of fuel. Part 1, vet your vehicle. Score every offer before you commit. Do not walk into a desert. Part 2, learn 5 human call skills. Listen properly, lead the call, challenge respectfully, pitch to the person, and handle objections like an adult. Then build a dead simple pipeline so you don't let money leak through the follow-ups. And you can absolutely piece all of this together on your own. And look, if that's the route you want to take, there's more than enough free information out there to get started on your own. But if you want guidance, you want structure, and most importantly, you want to shorten the learning curve, then my program, BP Closers, could be for you. It's built around the same framework, just applied properly, with the support, accountability, and private community alongside. You get access to an in-house recruiter to help you land jobs quicker through me and my network. And honestly, this is an absolute cheat code to help you land your first role ASAP. Alongside group coaching calls every single day with me and other coaches in the community. All 7-figure closers who have been directly trained by me and all making 5 figures a month online. So if you want to learn more, the link's below, or you can message me on Instagram. If not, no stress. Everything you need to begin is already in front of you. I hope this video was useful. I'll see you in the next one.